Welcome to To Crochet. In this video I will be giving you the basics of what materials and equipment you will need to get started learning how to crochet. So, let's get started. So, one of the first things we're going to be needing is yarn. And yarn comes in many different colors and many different weights. This one is a worsted weight yarn from Karen Simply Soft. I love to use this yarn a lot. On the back side, we'll find out all of the information we need to know about this yarn, such as the weight. Here it says medium 4, which is also called worsted weight, or 4-ply if you're using UK terms. And also we have the recommended gauge, the recommended needle and crochet hook size for this yarn. That will give you a standard gauge with a pretty even stitch, but if you want it tighter, if you want it looser, you can adjust the size of your hook or needle depending on what you want. Also has washing instructions on it. So to find how much we actually have here, we can look right here. It says we have 6 ounces, 170 grams, 315 yards, so on and so forth of this yarn. And so when you're looking at a pattern, it will tell you need 12 ounces of worsted weight yarn, or 500 yards or 300 grams, and you need to just multiply what you see here. Divide what you see here into the required amount and find out how many skeins of the yarn you're going to need in order to complete the pattern. So that's the worsted weight yarn. And what I'm going to be working with in the videos is usually going to be something more like this. It's bulky, super bulky actually. If we look at the back, it's the number 6, super bulky. And again, we have the recommended hook and needle sizes. And here we have the weight and the length, yards, meters, of how much yarn we have. But I'll be using this because it's simply easier. It's just easier for people to see on the video. And of course I want these to be easy for you guys to see. So that's what I'll be using in order to demonstrate all the different stitches that you're going to be learning. So, moving on to hooks. Here is an example of a very large hook, 9mm. If you're using American terms, it's going to be a letter of some sort. I don't remember exactly which one it is. But they come in many sizes. Large, very tiny. And again, to obtain the gauge you want or the tightness of the stitch you want, we'll be playing around with these to get what you need. And also to get the recommended gauge on each pattern. Sometimes they will tell you to use size 5.0 millimeter hook, and you try that out and it ends up way too big, and so what you need to do is go to a smaller hook to get the right gauge. They'll tell you how many stitches and how many rows you need to work that pattern and have it end up the right size, the size that they did it. And so you need to work with these different hooks and see which one gets you the closest to how many stitches and rows they got. And we'll be talking about gauges more later. So another thing you're going to be needing is a little pair of scissors, of course, to cut your yarn, and a yarn needle to weave all the little ends in and to do sewing if you're constructing something that needs to be sewed together. Very helpful for that. And finally, something I like to use a lot are these little stitch holders. And these ones are great because they're flexible and they have this little clasp, so you can open this up and insert it right into the work wherever you need to mark something, and then take it off again really easy when you're done. So having a few of these handy will be very helpful, especially when you're learning, because it's easy to get lost. So those are the basic equipment and material items you're going to be needing when you're getting started. I hope this helps you out.